Welcome back to Equally Yoked Farms, everybody. I'm going to have a really interesting show for y'all today because something grand happened. You know, we promised you a very special show if we hit a certain number of people, 8. Well, guess what? Not only did we hit that 8, but we came close to doubling that. We actually got 14 subscribers now, and I want to thank everybody who's taking the time to do that. I want to thank everybody who's watching our show. I know for some of you, you think 14's not a big number, but considering how long we've been doing this, it's actually better than I thought it would be. So, and you know, I've been enjoying doing this video vlog through YouTube. YouTube's great because they let me know when certain things happen. Like they sent me a notification the other day when one of our videos hit 2,000 views. So I know we're getting the views. So you guys are great. I thank you guys for watching this. So today's video, like I promised we would do, once we hit a certain number of people, we are actually going to take some of our fresh eggs. These are 4 fresh eggs. These are all white eggs that we've got from our California white chickens right here on the farm. These are all fresh. All 4 of these I grabbed today. These were all laid today. And then we also have a half a dozen store-bought eggs that we have purchased just so we can do this demonstration to show you the differences between a farm fresh egg versus a store-bought egg. And when I was doing this, I got to thinking, I was kind of curious about some of the differences, not only by the looks and feel of it, but the nutritional value and how old the eggs actually are when they hit the stores and stuff. So I did a little research, and you guys can feel free to do your own research on this and back me up. I'm going to give you my sources where I got my info from. But here's a good one. Is how old do you think that eggs are by the time they hit the store shelves? And A, a week, B, 2 weeks, or C, 2 months? If you pick C, 2 months, give yourself a pat on the back. You're right. That is the information that I got from the Farmer's Almanac that they reported. They claimed that by the time eggs go from the farmer through the processing, it could actually be 2 months before they hit the store shelves. So that gives you something to think about. So you think you're buying fresh when you're buying from the store, that's not always true. So you know there's going to be some differences between the fresh egg and the farm fresh egg. So, and on top of that, with the farm fresh eggs, especially if it's eggs that you're raising in your own backyard, guess what? You know what that chicken that laid that egg was eating. And that's important information too, because you don't know what's actually in those other eggs that are from those chickens that are kept in those cages. Their only job is to sit there and lay eggs. Like the chickens we have, we keep them pretty much outside through most of the year. They get around where they can eat with the grass and the bugs and everything else, and it's a lot better situation for the chicken. The chickens are happier, and therefore they're a lot better living situation for them. So I'd much rather do it like that. I wish we could do our chickens free range, but unfortunately we got too many critters running around between foxes and neighborhood dogs and everything that's willing to want to run off with them. So we you guys know we use an electric poultry fence system, which won't be too much longer. We're actually going to be packing our chickens out of the poultry fence system and putting them in the barn for the winter, more or less as a convenience for us through the winter, and we can able to control to keep eggs coming through the winter. So it's all going to be a lot better situation. Something else I found out, and this is according to Mother Earth News. Some of you like that news agency, some of you don't. Please don't send me no hate mail on. I'm just reporting what they say. But according to backyard eggs, eggs that you lay in your chickens lay in your backyard, they have 25% more vitamin E, 75% more beta carotene than the eggs that you find in the store shelf. So for those of you who are real health conscious, or those who are needing like to watch the vitamins and stuff that go into your body, it's actually worth it to either get you some eggs, or I'm gonna get you some eggs, get you some chickens to lay your own eggs so you can get the extra vitamins and stuff, or even buy from a local farmer that you know who keeps his chickens out, either cage free or free range. We may go into detail in another video the differences between the free ranges and the cage free and stuff, because there are some differences there. But we're not going to do that quite in this video because we got more eggs to fry, pun intended. So let's take a look at some of the other things I want you to look at. Okay, one of the first things I want to show you guys is the water test. And for those of you who don't know what the water test is, if you want to tell if an egg is good to eat, put it in some water. If it sinks, it's still good. If it floats, it's bad. And anywhere in between, and depending on how you go, I mean, I don't think I'd want one start to float, but you know, if it starts to rock a little bit, it's fine. This will tell you how old it is, and honestly, I don't think you're going to see much of a difference on how these particular eggs perform here, because honestly, the store-bought eggs they're designed to last a little while the way they're set up. So, but let's do the store-bought eggs first, and let's see here. I'd already tested that other one. So there's the store-bought egg. And you can see it's not floating. It does move around really easy though, I will tell you that. I can tell there's a little difference there. Now let's take one of the fresh eggs. Man, I will tell you, you can't tell on camera, but there is a difference right here. This is more like a sinker. It wants to sink. And then you put the store-bought egg in there. There's a little bit of buoyancy to it. I mean, it's not coming up or nothing, but you know, you can definitely tell a difference in the buoyancy. And I think that's kind of weird. I really wasn't expecting that, but that is how it's rolling. So, so let's put the store-bought egg back in there. Let's put the fresh egg back over here, and we'll go to our next test. Okay, so what I've done here is I've melted some butter. If you guys want to use Crisco, use Crisco. If you guys want to use olive oil, use olive oil. Whatever you guys want to use, you do you. This is just what I'm doing for this demonstration purposes. We tend to cook about everything with butter around here. But that's just us. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the store-bought eggs. Give it a little crack there. Drop it in the skillet. You know what? Let's do two of them. Let's do two at a time here. Okay. You can see that the store-bought eggs are lightly yellow. I'll do two because I'll give some for my wife too. But anyway. Now let's do the fresh eggs. I hope the camera's picking up how much more yellow, and honestly it's not just more yellow, but the whites and stuff's more thicker. You can really tell that. Let's crack open the second one. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, definitely a richer egg, to say the least. These over here are our fresh eggs. You know, they might not spread out as much as the store-bought, but like I said, you can tell, you know, the yolks are more yellow. They're holding together more. You know, that's a fresher egg. If they're more dense, the store-bought eggs, they're more thinner, honestly. I don't know if it's what they feed or if it's just where it's an older egg. The yolks, they're not near as rich. It's where they're stuck in a cage all the time. You know, that's a prime example. They're stuck in a cage. You know, they're not as yellow. They're living off feed. They're not getting the bugs and the protein and stuff that the chickens you're going to have outside are going to receive. So we're going to cook those just a minute like that, And let's see here. Honestly, it's had a little bit of salt and pepper. I'll probably get some hate mail here for putting salt and pepper on these, but I like a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper on my eggs. You do you, I do me. The pepper. All right. Now, some people like a soft yolk. If you like a soft yolk, just go ahead and flip them over and just fry them just for another couple seconds on the other side, and it's good. I like those on pancakes and stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and bust these yolks because I'm just gonna do a fried egg like that. I don't know if there's really much of a difference in how the yolks ran or not, but I'm gonna cook them another second before I flip them over. The eggs don't take long to cook, but we're not really doing an egg cooking demonstration. We're doing an egg demonstration, so we're wanting to just see the differences in them. Let's flip those over. Might start sticking the skillet here a little bit. Flip those over. You see how much better that the fresh eggs kind of rose up? The store-bought eggs kind of stayed thin. You know, there's definitely a difference in the eggs. If anybody tells you an egg is an egg, tell them they're a moron and watch this video. I'm going to give it just another minute there, and then I'm going to do a plate test. And turn that off right there. Flip them one more time. Just make sure they're done. I think they are. Oh yeah. That's a good sandwich egg right there. I don't have no bread to make a sandwich right now, but egg sandwich would be tasty. Alright, let's do the plate test. This really probably isn't the best camera situation here, as I'm trying to do this by myself, but got my trusty fork. Right here, first is the store-bought egg. You can tell it's a little bit flatter. We'll try it first. A lot of yellow there. Probably more yellow than there is white with that. Well, tastes good. Now, try the fresh egg. A lot more white in with that than what there is the yellow versus store-bought. That is another thing I noticed. Let's see what it tastes like. 20 times better in taste. It's got a lot more flavor in it than what the store-bought does. I don't know if it's just where it's fresher or the could just be the ingredients of what the chicken eats, and well, that makes a lot of difference too. So, but in my opinion, and if you guys don't agree, comment below. But in my opinion, that fresh egg, there's no comparison between these two. That fresh egg is 20 times better in taste. So, if you've never had a fresh egg, find a local farmer, try it, or get your own chickens and try them. You'll have a hard time going back to the store eggs, trust me. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining us today. It's been fun. Some interesting news that's happened on the farm this week. I don't know if you guys noticed the intro to this video, but I've had a video of a hen that had its babies fallen, and what had happened was we actually had a hatching on the farm this week, where we had a hen that hatched out 11 baby chicks. It was awesome. Unfortunately, one of the chicks got wooled by one of our dogs. I don't think they did it on purpose. It just, unfortunately, it happened. But other than that, like I said, it's an exciting time. It's a new life on the farm. But with all that excitement, I just want you guys to remember who really brings us life and enjoyment, and that's Jesus Christ. Remember in John 1:4, it says, "In him was life, and the life was the light of men." Let's just keep that in mind as we go out through the week, and I hope you guys join us again next time right here on Equally Yoked Farm. All right, Mr. Bruno, what you got to say?